just going into a semi-final, and you played it one last year as well, the World Cup. Just what's the is there nervous tension in the camp, knowing everything that has gone beforehand into another World Cup semi-final?
I don't think so, no, at least not that I've sensed. More excitement, I would assume, and I think you would be okay with a couple of nerves here and there, though, because you don't want to downplay the importance of the game and the situation of being in a semi-final. But as a whole, so far, the team looks pretty relaxed and pretty excited to go one step further. I think we've been tracking really well as a white ball team as a whole over the past sort of 12 to 18 months, maybe even 2 years. So, opportunity to hopefully go one step further and get into a final.
Thanks. Yeah, Johan.
And then last year's semi-final against Australia, it's a different format, total different format, but there's some of the same personnel amongst you guys. What lessons did you learn? How would you approach this time?
Not too different to how we've been approaching our game so far throughout the competition. I think our bowlers have been really good for us this comp from a batting point of view. Um, we've shown good signs here and there, but probably not been at our best. Sometimes due to conditions, obviously being quite tough, and other times, sometimes maybe just giving it away. But the approach and the opportunity lies in the fact that we haven't put a complete game of cricket together yet, and um, we have trust in the fact that if we are able to do so, that hopefully it puts us in a really good position at the end of the game.
Thanks, Johan. Tafel?
Thanks, Lizzie. How's it, David? This is your fifth World Cup across both white ball formats as a senior player. So you should be able to say, what do you think has made this team different?
That's normally a tricky one to answer. For me, there's nothing like clear and evident that you can sort of put your finger on and be like, this is the exact difference. I think we have been together now as a group for quite some time, and that experience and that sort of environment that you're able to create in the change room and off the field um, plays a big role in how things sort of look on the field. So um, the experience together as a team and us being together now for many years together probably is quite a big difference. I think guys have a lot of trust in each other, and are definitely willing to put everything on the line for each other. So once you've established that in a team, I think it goes a long way in what you see on the field from an actions point of view, and from a effort point of view. So yeah, sort of those two things that we've managed to get over some time now have helped us and landed us in a really nice position at the moment.
Sorry, was that Mel you broke up, Lucy?
Yes, yeah, that's you now.
Sorry. Sorry. Hey, Aiden, I'm just wondering, just with the captaincy and whether or not you think emotions are going to play a massive part in being able to handle them, because we have seen Afghanistan get very emotional as it gets close to it. South Africa, that has played a part in big losses before. So how do you go about keeping a handle on things and making sure that there is calmness in those really massive moments that are going to come up in the semi-final?
I think we can take a lot of sort of calmness from the fact that this competition we've been involved in quite a few close games, so it's not going to feel like anything new to us. That being said, also we take a lot of belief knowing that we might not be in ideal positions, but we've been able to get the job done, and I think that offers you quite a bit of calmness as well as a team. So keeping those things close to us, I would say, and you always look at the way you want to play the game, and if you operating in that space, I think you take calmness, you take confidence in your decision making, and hopefully those few things can help us.
Mel actually pretty much asked exactly what I wanted to ask you. But this calmness that you speak about, Marty Janssen remarked yesterday that you help him with his calmness. Is this something that you really strive towards, and what you actually say is probably strongest things as a leader?
Yeah, I'm not too sure, to be honest. I think inside the mind is going pretty quickly and sometimes all over the place, but you don't want to rub that off on players. I think the old cliche of a bad plan that you commit to is still better than a good plan that you're not really committed to. So committing to something while we're out there, and like I've mentioned, with us having been together now for quite some time, we all have a lot of trust in each other and decision making. Whether it's the right one or the wrong one, either way, we're committed to it as a team. So I think that helps a lot. And yeah, calmness. I suppose sometimes things look calmer than what it is out there in the middle, but ultimately, if you can keep calm, it allows you to think pretty clearly and come up with some decent plans that hopefully can make a positive impact on the game.
Thanks, Morgan.
Hi, I'm just following up on pretty much the same theme, really. Most captains say they're only as good as their players, and the best captains always say they need a bit of luck. But you have made a lot of decisions in very adverse situations. I mean, 3 matches looked like they were lost. Thinking of things like the dismissal of Harry Brook, do you feel that actually your decision making has been you've got it right pretty much every time, turned around these losing positions, and I know that the bowlers have got to put the ball in the right place, but you seem to have made all the right decisions at critical times. Can you give yourself a pat on the back for that?
To be honest, I think there's been a lot of learnings from my side. I think there might have been 1 or 2 occasions where it might have looked different, having looked at things in reflection and in hindsight. So I don't think I've got everything nailed, but it is literally 100%. You can have good plans, but if you're not able to execute them out on the park, then that plan it's not really effective. So it is the bowlers that create that pressure through the plan, and if they're executing the plan, it builds a lot of pressure through dots and then results in wickets. So yeah, a lot of credit has to go to the bowlers. They've been incredible this competition, like I've mentioned earlier, and definitely won us games that we probably didn't look like winning, and that gives them a lot of confidence knowing that any total that we set, they feel like they have the ability to defend it.
Thanks, Neil. Yeah.
Aiden, just you're still the only South African captain to lift the major trophy. You're the only captain to lift the SA20 trophy. Is there a sense of destiny about this? The fact that you're the captain of this team and that's where it's going, and also just on your batting, you seem to deliver those class performances in semi-finals. We can think of an Andrew Centurion a couple of years ago. Just is tomorrow the day where Aiden Markram makes his mark with a bat again and not just as a captain?
I certainly hope so. As any player would want to do, you want to do well in the big games and make a big impact on the game in semi-finals and in knockout cricket. So definitely fizzed up about that and wanting to put in a performance that extra little bit compared to previous games. So fingers crossed it works out, but we all know how this game can unfold. And but as a team, I think we're pretty excited at the opportunity as well. It's not just about me, and we've been playing good cricket, like I've mentioned. We're on a sort of on the right route to hopefully lifting a trophy one day, and whenever that might be, you got to look at the journey and how you get there. And I think that the journey that we're on as a team is looking really good, and hopefully it is a matter of a few days away that we can do something special.
Thanks, Ian. Daniel?
Thanks, Lucy. How's it going? I get the argument that winning so many close games in a row can be like really galvanizing and can give you confidence. But is there more the danger of guys kind of running out of emotional energy, like not having enough left in the tank? And how do you as a captain kind of make sure that doesn't happen?
I think that's a point potentially that you could worry about early on in the competition, but I think now when you get to semi-final and maybe hopefully a final, you're not too worried about energies and emotional energies and things like that. Guys will, as knackered as they might feel, they'll 100% be up for it. So it might have been a talking point a couple of weeks ago or a couple of games ago, but for a semi-final and hopefully for a final, it's not something that I would be too worried about.
Thanks, Daniel. I'm going to go the last two questions with Kanisel then Mal.
Thank you very much. It's a good morning, Aiden. I hope it is well on your side. Aiden, how do you as a team process the event of a semi-final? It's a semi-final against a new team. Afghanistan is a new team that you play against in the semi-final. You play all the other teams with the results being well worn, but it's Afghanistan. How are the emotions? How is this particular event process? Is the process differently as compared to other games?
Wouldn't say the process changes, no. I think we are only human though, and we're more than happy to acknowledge the fact that there might be a few extra nerves around, anxiety might be a little bit higher, normal emotions that you feel as a human being, but again, getting comfort and calmness in the way or through the way that we want to play the game, through our sort of identity as a team, I think can give guys calmness and free them up to play their best game of cricket. So it's exciting, it's nerve-wracking, it's all the emotions in one, but ultimately as a cricketer you want to be involved in games like this, and a great opportunity for us as a team to get a step further to winning a trophy.
We will switch to here. Apologies, Johan, but here will be the last one. Go, Mal.
Thanks, Lucy. Aiden, just with Afghanistan, I mean, they have used up to 8 bowlers in a match and making it quite unsettling, I think, for sides. How do you prepare and your team prepare for that kind of mix-up of bowling? And conversely, I know your coach was pretty happy to see you bowling in that last game against West Indies. How much of a likelihood do you think it is that you're throwing yourself in the mix again?
It all depends on how the wicket looks and how the wicket plays. We'll try get some information out there this afternoon at training, and obviously assess it tomorrow at the game as quick as we can. I might just take a couple of balls. I think we've got a decent idea of what to expect, and then you sort of just wing plans from there and which bowlers will be most effective. So when you look at our team in structuring how we bowl our 20 overs, you look at the conditions, but also you look at the conditions to try get an idea of who you might end up facing from a batting point of view. So all very much conditions dependent, and if we can get a good bit of information today and early on tomorrow at the game, hopefully we can formulate some nice plans.
Thanks, Mal. And then just lastly, Sipia.
Just finally, we all know the issue of South African teams in semi-finals, but the whole nation will be getting up at 2:30 in the morning to watch you on Thursdays and night. Without making any promises, what is the message to the people back home? It is obviously massive there.
Yeah, firstly, thanks for waking up that early, jeepers. But aside from that, I think the one promise we make to each other as a team is to bring some really good energy and have a really good attitude about the game, and a real good excitement about the opportunity to do something special. So, like I mentioned in this game, things happen. We've seen enough, and we've all watched this game enough. But how you see those things happen for me is quite important. So you'll see a team that's really hungry to win, really united to play for each other and represent the country in a respectful and a positive manner, and ultimately a team that's free to express themselves and try to be the best cricketers that they can be.